well, first you got to click on here, go to the settings, enable this, disable that, then go back over to here, set your preferences, and go back over here and do this. Like I mean, I really give them credit for, you know, the ease of use that they've taken for these more complex features. That's what they've always been good at. And they by, you know, slowly adding these features in, I think it made for a better overall experience for, you know, the bigger picture, the bigger, you know, for all consumers, not just, you know, techie people. So as techie people got into the iPhone and early adopters, they're like, hey, it doesn't have this. Well, my phone from 2 years ago has this, and you guys don't have this. I don't think Apple has been trying to market to those people as much as they've been trying to market to everyone. Now, if they could bring their price points to a place where it would market to everyone, it would be, you know, even better. Well, I can't even say that, though, because contract-wise, you know, what, you can buy the 3GS now for $99.
Yeah, the price points are pretty flexible, really. Actually, I think $199 for the best one you can buy is pretty reasonable. Yanni has something real quick. Yanni.
Well, I want to go back to the whole multitasking thing. The only problem I've had with my Droid Aeris is all the background crap that's been running around, and the issue is, like, when I bought the phone, a ton of stuff came with it that didn't belong there and that I didn't want in any way. I mean, that's the thing. Like they've got footprints on there. They've got, you know, they've already got a map function already on there. Gmail. It's like, okay, really? Like, I didn't ask for Gmail on there. And they're all there. And the minute you start up the phone, it starts running, and it's already eating battery life, wasting memory and stuff like that. So I go and I try to SDK, like Rob was talking about earlier. And the one for Android is horrible, and I'm actually in the process of doing it right now. I've got, like, my phone hanging off a cord from my computer right now, and I'm like, Mom, don't touch it. I swear to God, if you touch it, because I've got my command prompt open. I'm like, I'm ready to go. I'm looking at tutorials and forums and stuff like that. So,
I have a question. Does your email actually run in the background?
Yes.
That's kind of odd, because with the
really
phone
odd.
free, because you open the email app and then it'll update, but it doesn't just like.
Oh,
well, a service, yeah. I mean, email should always run in the background if it's checking for email all the time.
Right.
You don't necessarily need, unless there's like something like the program and like some sort of like basically I guess for lack of a better term, an email checker, two separate things where the email checker says, okay, you have mail, and then opens the program, but in most cases it's just the mail program itself that runs in the background checking for email.
I mean, yeah, and that makes sense.
I'm actually, and that's why, you know, I've been looking, I've been tweeting about it, and I'm looking at the HTC Evo with Android 2.1 on it, and I'm the opposite. When we say like Gmail on there, dude, that's what I want. I use Google Apps for all my stuff. So I'm a big Google fanatic, but also I want to be able to use Google Voice as my primary phone number. And what's nice about Android is the ability to like integrate that in. Where the iPhone, it just ain't happening. I have tried so many times to use the iPhone with Google Voice, and it is such a horrible experience. It doesn't integrate well. And so my sister has a Droid, the Motorola Droid.
Just the regular one. Yeah.
And Google Voice works great on there, and just I'm like, I use so many Google services, and between Google and Facebook and the integration that they've done with Android, I'm like, this is a perfect phone for me. It's the things that the simplicity and ease of use that I think that I'll be looking at the iPhone is like, this is where the iPhone excels. I think the Android is looking better and better, but I can just almost imagine myself saying, I miss this about the iPhone. No, or I miss this program.
No, I definitely know what you're talking about.
I've been...
Well, I mean, and that too. Nikki wants me to tell my opinions on the iPhone, and I had an iTouch I had an iTouch, right, Nikki? Me and Nikki... I don't want to tell the story anymore. I don't like the story anymore. But yeah,
a 64 gig.
That was a 32. It was nice. I loved it. And like you said, the ease of use is where like the iPod and the iPhone.
If you're implying that we gave Yanni the 64 gigabyte iTouch we were supposed to give away the first episode, you're sadly mistaken, sir. Sorry.
yeah, that's not the joke. Oh God, that would make us look really bad, wouldn't it? No, I think we still have it. But anyway, I did own one, and I love the simplicity, the easy to use functions. And I'm with you 100%, Rob, on the fact that like, every other phone isn't excelling in that kind of like area of expertise as far as like okay, I want to click on this and it's going to do this and then it's going to take care of things for me, because right now I have to like cradle my droid to sleep basically. Like I'm trying to like help this thing out and as much as I can, but I think the phone has to be working for me, and I think that's what the iPhone's doing right now.
I definitely think...
I actually do want an iPhone, but I can't yet. Sorry, Sid, go ahead.
I think the Palm Pre is kind of copied from the iPhone's ease of use, but the only problem with the Palm Pre is that there's not enough people using it, so the problem... Whoa, my audio's gone. Okay, I can hear now. But
actually, Sydney, the Palm Pre, the WebOS, was designed by some guys that had actually left the iPhone development team and went to go work.
That explains it.
Yeah.
Because it's got the same thing with the icons, and you push the menu and you see a bunch of icons, and yeah, it's got the same thing. The only problem is that you don't have as many apps. Like Skype refuses, for some odd reason, to go with the WebOS, and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right now, I mean, obviously the two most prominent platforms right now for mobile are iPhone and Android.
Yep.
And I'd love to see, like, the big players like Skype to, when they put something out, to say, let's make sure that it's ready for everything. But it's just not the case.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of time to develop any application, even something small, and to debug, test, and to make sure it works correctly on at least the target device you're trying to get to. But then let alone throw in like all these different platforms. It's crazy. Just like someone had said in the chat that Evan Solomon, Carlo Brown said Evan Solomon had mentioned that JTV was working on a Justin TV app for Android as well. And that was, I mean, they've had their iPhone app out for quite a while, and we've still seen nothing or heard nothing from, for an Android app. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's tough,
Yeah. If you're just joining us, we're talking iPhone. It's the Developer Conference Monday here on the Feed Live Entertainment Network, special edition of W3B, the show that explores technology with you, the users, and sort of interactive technology that most people are going to use, and it's not too complicated. And talking with Rob from Corn Dog Computers, or Corny Dog as he's better known, and Cindy Beavers, who's downstairs in our digital radio studio, also joining us via the pipeline up here. We've been talking all night about multitasking, the Retina display, FaceTime, and other new features that are included in the new iPhone 4, as well as some drawbacks to it. And in just one sec here, we're going to move on to the last two topics we're going to cover, and then we're going to get opinions from Rob, and see why he has said the things he has said today. Check him out at Corn Dog Computers, or at Corn Dog Computer on Twitter. You guys can read up on those as well, and see why he is looking into making the switch to the Android sort of market there. Next up, we want to talk about, though, the HD video editing and recording, which is cool because iMovie is now coming to the Apple iPhone for $4.99 in the application store, effective June 24th. So what do you think about the recording, though? I think that's a great feature. Apple talked today about not as much megapixels as they're interested in the quality of the pictures. They have the 5x zoom, built-in LED flash on both sides, which, by the way, I do not like the built-in LED flash on the front-facing side. It doesn't make the
that sounds like it would hurt.
Yeah, it just doesn't make the iPhone look the best in the world. So LED flashes on both sides, though. There is a 1-point-something megapixel camera in the front of the camera. And then a 5 megapixel in the back, the side that would be facing the world, and it can do up to 720p video. Also, you can edit into 480, 540, and 720 are the available, or maybe 520 are the available formats you can edit in with iMovie. I think the HD camera is way overdue. Rob, what are your feelings on on the HD camera there. I mean, I'm a huge favor of it.